we take a look back at some of our best stories of the year.
More recent news like the PCL's flooding.
You're watching Texas News Channel,
Your leader for live, local UT coverage. Good evening and welcome back to Texas News Channel. For Monday, May 6th, I'm Claudia Jimenez.
And I'm Bria Bolden. Thank you for joining us tonight on our very special edition of TNC.
Tonight is our last show of the semester, and we're going to be looking back at some of our best stories that our reporters have covered. And we're also going to add some new stories to that list.
Definitely. It's also our senior show, so DeNard and Josef Villanueva will be joining us later on.
You know, I'm kind of stressed with it being the last week of school, but, you know, it's just, what is it, 4 more days? It's not that bad.
It's not too bad, no. Yeah. I'm definitely stressed, too. I can't believe we finally reached this point in the semester. I really thought we'd never get here, but we are here now.
It went by so quickly. But, you know, we might not be the only ones studying, and if you are, just beware. The first floor of the PCL is partially closed due to flooding from Friday's storm. The libraries say that the map room is the one that's still closed. And students can still use copier services. And you're still having access to floors 2 through 6.
TNC heard students' reactions and wanted to ask them about how they feel about the PCL being flooded with finals right around the corner. Take a look.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised that PCL was flooding at all. Like, I didn't even know PCL was flooding, but like it would make sense. Like, that place is just like completely like flat, you know, like I'm pretty sure things can build up, you know.
Throughout the year, we've reported on issues that affect UT students and the resources that they can go to for help. We've had the opportunity this year to cover some things that we think are very important and could change some people's lives, such as the Austin Sobering Center. Abigail Arredondo tells us more about the support provided here.
The Sobering Center opened its doors in an effort to help with occurrences of public intoxication in the Austin and Travis County area.
The mission of the Sobering Center is to identify individuals who are publicly intoxicated, to transport them to the Sobering Center for safe sobering in an effort to ensure the public health and public safety of our community, and then to help people who are wanting it initiate recovery.
The Sobering Center works with UT resources to look out for the well-being of students. Almost 40% of individuals seen fall into the 18 to 28-year-old age range.
By us working with the substance use services at UT and the mental health services at UT, we can coordinate that with them and allow them to have the option to connect with the student.
UTPD policy no longer arrests individuals for public intoxication. Instead, they take them to the Sobering Center.
Sobering Center is a very positive development in terms of alternatives. You know, we as a society have to look at issues how to help people become better and to become the best individuals that they possibly can. Putting a person into jail for a minor offense as opposed to putting them in a place that they can get help to see if they are struggling with alcohol abuse or something like that, it only makes sense.
Abigail Redondo, Texas News Channel.
Here at TNC, we try to cover the UT news that's important to you, especially when it comes to UTPD. And last fall, we showed you the UTPD's sexual assault investigative team. This group is committed to supporting survivors of on-campus sexual assault. The Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network says only 20% of female college student survivors report to law enforcement. The UT Police Department wants to change that.
We are really trying to strike down the stigma surrounding reporting sexual assault to law enforcement. I know there is a common belief that survivors won't be believed, that they might be blamed for what happened, but we just really want our students to know that we're here to help them. And we hope they feel comfortable in just coming forward and speaking with us.
Some students believe the university should take a different approach when it comes to sexual violence.
Instead of hiring more officers, UT needs to put the money into programs.
It's been nearly 2 years since a university survey found that 15% of undergraduate women have been raped. 2 years later, Some students believe UT is taking a good approach to combat this.
I feel like students will feel a lot more reassured because it shows that the campus cares about like our safe being. So, and it helps us just reach out and be a community as we want.
UT police have made a sexual assault reporting guide, and it can be found in bathrooms and other places around campus. UTPD also wants students to know that survivors of sexual violence will not be blamed or judged and will be believed. Bria, Bolden.
Last semester, UTPD made a new addition to their K-9 unit. Marco Ramirez introduced us to Widget, and guys, he is just so cute. Let's take a look at how he helped the dispatch center when they needed a morale booster.
The University of Texas Police Department welcomed their first certified therapy dog, Widget. UTPD Communications Supervisor Kim Schultz says Widget comforts the department when responding to on-campus incidents.
So this is our first step and our first approach to have him available to our comm center staff as well as our officers in case they have to take a difficult call or have to work in a difficult situation.
After the 2017 campus stabbing attack, Schultz brought her own dog to help comfort her as well as other officers.
She just helped everybody kind of work well together and work better together. So that was where we first started searching for a dog after my dog passed away. We adopted Widget, and he went through some training, and now he's our in-house therapy dog.
Unlike most police dogs, anyone can interact with Widget. He gives fist bumps, salutes, and shakes hands to break the ice with others. Widget plans on receiving more training in the future and will be available to UT students and staff starting next semester.
In more recent news, Chinese-American journalist Ashley Tao is another senior here at UT. Tao is well accomplished. She actually was a member of the TSTV news department not too long ago. She has had multiple internships under her belt, including some at the NBC Austin affiliate, KXAN, Fox 4 News, and CBS This Morning. In honor of Asian American Pacific Islander Month, we sat down with Tao to find out why being an Asian American journalist is important to her.
It's kind of frustrating because I think a lot of stories about the Asian American community aren't told, or they aren't told accurately. So by being an Asian American reporter and by being an Asian American face on air, I really want to make sure that Asian American stories are told and that they are told accurately.
In other student life news, Texas News Channel has had the chance to break a story of UT freshman Kai Baker, a resident at Scottish Rite Dormitory.
That's right, this story was huge. It kind of went viral and it created a lot of change. Let's see what reporter Elizabeth Smith was able to discover.
Early last week, UT freshman Kai Baker was called in for a meeting with management at Scottish Rite Dorm, an all-girls private dorm in West Campus. SRD informed Kai that she is no longer allowed to have guests over, including her girlfriend Carly.
I asked them why. I'm very confused, and they told me, your girlfriend has stayed here 3 nights now until 3 in the morning when y'all were studying in the lounge. Like, that's not okay.
SRD doesn't allow men in the dorm unless they are escorted by female residents and only during certain hours. But female guests are allowed at any time and are permitted to stay overnight, as specified in SRD's contract shown here. Kai brought this up and SRD responded.
And they were like, that's true, you didn't break any rules in the contract, but people are uncomfortable that you're gay. We've been getting complaints that you and your girlfriend are here all of the time. And that's when I realized that it wasn't about the rules. We were being targeted because we're gay.
Kai recorded her meeting with SRD staff where Director Mary Mazurek explains why Carly is no longer allowed to stay after hours.
We're trying to make sure that everybody, all 315 residents, are comfortable. And sometimes it takes compromise on both sides to do that. Sometimes you seem willing. Because some people are not comfortable with your sexual orientation.
Are you comfortable with my sexual orientation?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Kai hasn't heard anything more from SRD and still doesn't know where she stands with them. Right now, she's just worried about feeling comfortable in her own home.
They were telling me that SRD is conservative, like we're not UT. UT is liberal with who they let in the dorms. We're not. The girls' parents pay $10,000 a year to live here, and you're making people uncomfortable. It's like, and I guess it hurts that they're saying that other people don't feel comfortable in the dorm because of us, but honestly, it's the reverse.
For more as this story develops, stay tuned to Texas News Channel.
You know, Claudia, we now know that Kai has since settled with SRD, but of all the stories we've covered, I definitely have to say that one has definitely been my favorite. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how impactful the news can be and how a story like that can create so much change. And, you know, she got everything settled, and that's all that matters, is that she's comfortable and happy again in her dorm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Coming up, we're going to look at our midterm election coverage.
And in recent news, Waller Creek's popular art piece is leaving Austin. Stay tuned for more Texas News Channel.
Hello and welcome back to Texas News Channel. I'm Emma DeNard.
And I'm Josef Villanueva.
Forever Bicycles, the popular art piece located at Waller Creek, the creek that runs along East Campus, is pedaling out of Austin. The structure was created by Ai Weiwei and was part of the long-term loan because it was too expensive to maintain.
Since it was installed in the summer of 2017, the artwork has been a famous Instagram spot. So take your pictures before the piece rides away because the installment begins May 16th. Some residents wish to give their input on what will replace it.
I would love to see, and I'd love to participate in whatever was coming next. If there's a way to vote on it, I think that'd be fun. I don't know who would care, but that'd be great. And I love that somebody's asking me about it.
Us here at TNC have had a year of covering news about local Austin changes as well as local Austin crises. Last semester in late October, large amounts of rain caused rivers to overflow, which led to the contamination of Austin's water supply. Students and local Austin businesses had to learn how to deal with this dilemma. Claudia Jimenez tells us more.
There were boxes of to-go stuff piled everywhere and water shoved in every single corner.
Last week, the city of Austin went under a water boil notice, causing many restaurants to choose between closing their businesses or accommodating to the conditions. Many were forced to close, but some stayed open. One of Bennu Coffee owners says her managers were determined to serve the customer.
I never thought about whether or not we should stay open. I just thought, how are we going to make this happen?
Barista leader at Spider House Cafe, Robert Baldwin, says it was a stressful process.
Even if it's going through the filter, we weren't sure how contaminated it was. You're gambling with potentially making all the customers sick.
These two coffee shops were forced to get creative, but their creativity cost them. They estimate spending around $200 for each day of the water boil notice.
They started making up like a creative special and making, printing out menus with what we could do.
So we were like just pulling from these 4-gallon spring water tanks and just redirecting all of the water.
Bennu Coffee even had help from the community. Some coffee lovers offered their propane-fueled crawfish boiling pots.
We couldn't even use regular water to wash our hands. We needed to use all boiled water to wash our hands and wash the dishes entirely in boiled water.
Although there was a lot of added steps, coffee shops were happy they stayed open.
It's a week, and so, our customers take really good care of us. We want to do the same for them. Should something like this ever happen again, we've got our flow jets and we know who to call.
Claudia Jimenez, Texas News Channel.
It was quite the year here in Austin, especially with midterm election voting on the 40 acres. Texas News Channel also hosted the first live midterm election coverage in November. It was the perfect chance to see how students were reacting to voting. Madison Heaver asked locals about how voting increased last November.
Before this year, voter turnout had been historically low in Texas.
I think this election is really exciting for a lot of young people.
Many voters are turning out for the November election, but what's different this year is that these voters are turning out for a midterm election at a presidential election rate.
I believe everybody's interested. I believe everybody's educated right now and excited about this election.
Students say they're showing up at the polls because they want to see a change with their government.
I mean, such a small percentage of people, especially our age, actually end up voting. And so we end up with representatives that do not represent our demographic.
Though most people think of early voting as going in person and waiting in line, there's another way to early vote.
We have early voting by mail and early voting in person.
Travis County Clerk Dana DeBevois says that the turnout the county is showing is higher than normal.
There was pent-up demand. There are a lot of people out there who have said for a long time, give me the chance to vote.
Texas has already surpassed the total number of early voters in the 2014 midterm elections, and we're getting even closer to the 2012 presidential election turnout.
I'm excited to vote in Texas because I feel like this is the first time I'm voting in an election that I have like a big voice in.
And some are even voting just to show others.
It's gaining some social cachet, sort of, to be like, I'm voting, I'm taking an active role in this because people feel like there's this movement and they want to be a part of, and they want people to know that they're a part of it.
Madison Heaver, Texas News Channel.
During the election coverage, the host and staff got the chance to report on voter policy as well as better to explain them. For example, Proposition K, our very own Ryan Chandler took to the mayor's office to get a better explanation.
This October, the City of Austin's budget for the next fiscal year increased by 4%, now totaling over $4 billion. This November, voters will decide whether this budget needs a closer look. At the end of the long list of ballot initiatives this year is Proposition K. If it passes, the city will pay $1 to $5 million for a third party to conduct a comprehensive audit. But Prop K is more controversial than it sounds. The majority of City Council and Mayor Steve Adler are concerned about the proposition's background.
I'm opposed to Prop K, and I'm opposed to Prop K for several different reasons. The first is we don't know who put it on the ballot. We don't know why it's there. The people behind it or their motivation, because it was put on the ballot with dark money, which means that the $140,000 that paid to put it on the ballot, this was some funder that was paying petition takers $3 to $5 a signature to get it on the ballot. We don't know who they are.
But others argue an efficiency study can save the city millions. The Travis County Republican Party unanimously endorsed Prop K.
You know, from our standpoint, it's kind of puzzling how anyone can oppose an efficiency audit. I think that a lot of people in power don't want taxpayers to know how their money's being spent. Just because you do an audit doesn't mean anything has to come from it. It just is going to let taxpayers know if money's being inefficiently spent, if it's being wasted, what things actually cost, where you can save money. In my experience, any organization that desperately wants to avoid an audit probably really needs one.
So on both sides of the issue, it all comes down to transparency. Supporters of Prop K want to know how the city is spending its money, while opponents want to know how the political action committees that support Prop K got their money. No polling has been done regarding Prop K, so the city will know if it faces an audit only after Austin residents cast their ballots this Tuesday, November 6th. Ryan Chandler, Texas News Channel.
I gotta say, Emma, the weather's been kind of crazy this past weekend.
I mean, what do you expect in Texas? It's always up and down. You never know what's going to happen.
It's always bipolar here in Texas.
Yes. Well, after the break, I will give you the latest weather to expect for the week, and we'll take a final look at the seniors will take a final look at our Euros at TSTV after the break. Thank you. After surviving the storm that took over Austin last Friday, nothing can stop us, right, Longhorns? Even maybe more storms? I'm sorry to say that the storms aren't gone just yet. Today we had a high of 80 and the temperatures will reach a low of 69 tonight. If you're lucky, you may have seen the sun peek through the clouds or even felt a little sprinkle of rain. Tomorrow expect similar weather with a high of 83 and a low of 70 with 60% chance of scattered thunderstorms. The 60% chance of storms carries on into Wednesday, and we will see the high of 84 during the day and a low of 70 again. The chance of storms drops to 40% on Thursday with the high of 82 and lows in the 60s at night. So be prepared to start your weekend with a jacket. Friday, the highs will be in the 70s and the lows in the 60s with a 50% chance of storms. Saturday will have similar weather, but things will start to lighten up on Sunday as the storms will disappear into the week. So Longhorns, as we push through the last week of classes, be happy you won't have to worry about looking perfect every day because you can just blame it on the weather. Live from the Weather Center, I'm Emma DeNard. Coming up, our final senior remarks.
Welcome back for our final show of the semester and our senior show. Right now, we'd like to take a few minutes to share our favorite memories from Texas News Channel and say thanks to our TSTV family. So Emma, let's go ahead and start with you.
I think my favorite memory of being in TSTV has been just meeting everyone, and also like we're all in the same classes as well. So like getting to do those classes together and like share our experiences in the classroom, and then also doing this on top of it. So I guess mixing it both, and you just like come into classes with that much more experience as well. So it helps.
Yeah, it's fun having the family.
Yeah.
Not only on Monday nights, but every day if we have classes. Yeah. My favorite memory is probably my first package. That one was interesting, but you know, just the struggle of getting it together really made me sure that this is what I want to be doing, and it was really fun. I had some help with it, but I mean, of course, it was kind of difficult, and yeah, it's still my favorite memory though.
Yeah. I guess my favorite memory for me is joining up in staff when we were like 7 or 8 of us.
Oh gosh,
and just
remember that?
Yeah, and just seeing it grow like exponentially to just a huge amount of people, all passionate about doing journalism and stuff. And that, I don't know, it's pretty cool to me.
Definitely.
I don't really think I have like a specific favorite memory. I think all of my times here have been the best, and I'm just so grateful for TSTV because I've honestly learned more here than any of my classes. But more from us later. But coming up, as TNC seniors will sign off for one last time. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Texas News Channel. You just heard us all say our last goodbyes, and it looks like our staff has one more package that they'd like to show off. Let's take a look.
My year at TSTV has been really great. I keep learning so many new things about broadcasts and really getting myself out there.
This year for TSTV and working for Texas News Channel has been awesome. I've been able to gain a lot of skills that I didn't think I would be able to.
This year at TSTV has been a total blast, especially this semester at TNC, and a large part of that is due to all the seniors, and especially shout out to Bria and Claudia, who have just really welcomed me immediately and just taught me the ropes of the station. And to all the seniors, just thank you so much. You guys do a lot for the station, and we're really gonna miss you.
Bria, Claudia, Josef, and Emma, it hasn't registered yet that you guys are gonna be leaving us soon. But I just want to say thank you all for being such great friends. These past 2 years I got to know y'all. Your time here at TNC is going to get you all far in the next chapter of your life, and I wish y'all the best of luck in your future endeavors, and I know y'all are going to go far wherever y'all end up.
Congratulations to the seniors. Good luck on your next chapter. I know whatever y'all do in life, you're going to be killing it because y'all are just some amazing people, and I just want to thank y'all for making a lasting impact at my time with TSTV. Y'all guided me when I was a volunteer and even as I continue on staff, so thank you so much, and don't be strangers. We're going to be missing you around the studio, but we're always here for y'all. Good luck and hook 'em.
To each and every one of the graduating seniors that I have to say my goodbyes to, man, is it bittersweet. It is so bittersweet. I've seen each and every one of you work so incredibly hard towards each goal that you've set. You have inspired me so much to just work even harder each and every day. And while it's bittersweet to see you go, I just can't wait to, see what you do next, because each and every one of you are going to do incredible, awesome things. And, you're going to grow and become adults. You're adults, I just can't wait to see that happen for you. I'm just so excited.
Thank you, Bria and Claudia, for all the hours you put into the show to make it amazing. And thank you too for all the time you invested in all of us here at TNC to help us do our jobs. I will miss you both a lot, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future.
To all the seniors at TNC, first and foremost, congratulations for graduating. That's so exciting. Now that you're going into the real world, I hope that you guys really just kick butt and do whatever that you want to do, because I'm sure you'll be able to accomplish whatever you want to do with all the mindset and attitude that you guys have, because you guys have all brought in so much to our news department.
I just want to say thank you to all of our seniors. You guys have passed on so much knowledge, and you guys have made this show so successful. We'll try to keep that up the next few years, and I want to wish you all the best of luck as you guys go into the real world. We'll miss you all.
Thank you to all of the seniors who are leaving. Y'all are amazing. TNC would not be the same without you, and I wouldn't be the same person I am today without y'all. I know y'all are going to move on to do amazing, incredible things, and I just want to say thank you so much for impacting my life in the way that you did.
I'm so oily. Edit this in post. Anyways. Hey seniors, Bria, Claudia, Josef, and Emma. It was really great, just seeing you grow as just people and as journalists. And it's really gonna suck having y'all leave, especially because you've just always been there. And I especially want to shout out Sally, even though she's living her life in LA, UTLA, Hokum. We miss you, and I know if you stick around in Texas, you probably would still be in TNC. So, wish the best to all of you. I hope you all prosper, find good careers.
And I want to thank all the TNC seniors for everything that I learned from each and every one of y'all. I hope after graduation, your lives will be amazing and adventurous.
And as difficult as it is to say goodbye, you guys, I really don't think this is goodbye, because I really do believe we'll see each other again. And until then, don't become strangers. Always reach out. Love you guys.
Thank you so much for all that you guys have done. Without y'all, our news station wouldn't be the way that it is today, and for all of y'all's wisdom and guidance. You guys are gonna do amazing. Thank you so much for everything.
All right, well, we got some tears in there. Thank you all for doing that for us. That was very sweet, very unexpected too. Yeah, all right, well, it looks like we're all done here. Do you guys want to say it together?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you for tuning in. All right. And news tip, yes. Email us at news@texasstudenttv.com. Be sure to follow us for news updates throughout the week. You can follow us on Twitter at Texas News TSTV and like us on Facebook. Good Morning Texas goes live for their senior show on Wednesday morning at 7. And Tower Talks has a special edition show Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Don't miss it. One last time
for
Emma,
Josef, and Bria,
and Claudia. Have a great night. That was cute. That was so messy but cute.